Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading covers a period from December 26th, when we have the new moon in Capricorn, until January 24th, the new moon in Aquarius. This new moon has us appreciating all the good in the world and the importance of staying close to nature. So get out in nature, and if you can, go for a walk, go for a hike, go for a swim, and try to go barefoot. You'll find balance when you listen to your body and follow your instincts. And this new moon in an earth sign will give you intense feelings for physical contact. So cuddle up to the ones that you love, human and animal. Both the sun and the moon are in Capricorn, so you'll be happiest when you're working towards your dream or you've put a dream in motion. And most likely you won't enjoy the downtime or any idle time. So let's get to work, Leo. I forgot who you guys were for a second. Let's get to work, Leo. Set your intentions, start anew with fresh goals in mind, wipe the slate clean, and let's go ahead, let's get it done. This new moon also coincides with the solar eclipse, so people born with the personal planets in the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, will be affected mostly. I'll do a separate reading that covers the solar eclipse, so keep a lookout for that. This new moon spread is meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle, show you what you need to learn in order to cultivate and eventually manifest those intentions during the next full moon on January 10th in Cancer, or the next new moon in Aquarius on January 24th. Okay, so I'm going to pull five tarot cards and read the bottom of the deck energy cards, and then a few oracle cards for some final messages from Spirit. All right, Leo, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. While I'm doing the reading, I'm just going to ask that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share, and ring that notification bell if that's something that you want to, if you want to get notifications from when I upload new media. And then most of all, guys, I just want to thank you guys for listening. You guys are awesome, and I really, really appreciate you being on this journey with me. Okay, so Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What messages do you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this new moon in Capricorn? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What messages do you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this new moon in Capricorn? All right, on the overall energy for this reading, you guys, is the Justice card. Justice is all about karma. It's all about, your past actions coming back to haunt you, or in a good way. But I feel like something you're experiencing has been a little bit unfair. You've got the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. It's kind of like a fear of love. And it's sort of pulling me back to the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about rest, meditation, relaxation. I feel like you might have been burned, or that you actually had to leave a situation, and might have been a love situation. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but that right now you feel like you need to pull back and sort of meditate, ground yourself, and kind of heal, okay, from something that was really unfair. Judgment in reverse, again, I think you gave someone or something a second chance, or you felt like you were given a second chance, but it just wasn't able to come into fruition. The Seven of Wands in reverse, it was just too difficult. There was too much fighting. It was like you always had to stand your ground. It was really frustrating, and you were kind of stuck. You weren't able to push this into the place where you wanted it to. You weren't able to move this relationship or this situation into like a peaceful, wonderful, beautiful place. The Six of Cups, again, it's somebody from your past, or it could be somebody that you felt was a real soulmate relationship. And then with the Strength card coming out in reverse, it's something that really took a lot of your strength away. And I get that's why some of you are feeling the need to sort of retreat. I did get, while I was doing this, while I was sort of meditating on your cards, you guys, and what I was starting to feel was like, I feel like you've given somebody second chances, or you've given somebody, or a relationship or a job or something, a lot of chances to change and to grow. And I feel like some of you are becoming a little bit tired. And this Justice card in reverse is like you're just starting to think like, this is just so not fair, and I've been working really hard and I'm not really getting what I deserve. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how that resonates. The High Priestess, Leo, this is you guys. This is trusting your intuition. This is you making a decision. The High Priestess usually has two pillars in her background, like one black and one white. Here we don't see them, but she's using her intuition. She knows that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. Again, you might be reading, you guys might be cross-watching this as well, or you might be reading cards to see how somebody else is feeling, or trying to figure out like how you, you know, where you should go or how you should deal with this situation. All right, Leo, because I am really getting that somebody's like watching you from afar. Somebody's scrying, which is like looking into a crystal ball, Ouija boarding, tarot cards, you know, doing whatever there is, trying to figure out like where to go and how to move forward from this relationship or in this relationship, whatever it might be. It could be romantic, it could be family, it could be a job. Okay, it could be many things, but this is you really using your intuition, and for some of you using magic as well. Okay, and of course all of you guys are listening to this reading, so it could really just speak to that as well. All right, what's blocking you is the Nine of Swords. Is this the Nine of Swords? Yeah, this is the Nine of Swords. Wow, look at that. He's sort of in this like, the Nine of Swords, and he's sort of in this torture device. Interesting. So this sort of looks like a medieval torture device. The Nine of Swords. This came out in reverse, so it brings us to the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is all about the wands of love. It's all about communication. It's all about, you know, letting, you know, setting intentions, which you guys should be doing with this new moon, and then detaching from how and when and where those intentions fall and how long it might take. So sort of leaving it up to the universe. The Nine of Swords is this torture device. And this is somebody who's like really, really doing their head in, you know, for lack of a better phrase. You know, somebody who's really just like going over, you know, details, situations, conversations. You know, it's really exhausting. They can't, you know, people, it's a lack of sleep, but I just get this like intense exhaustion. And I feel like it's just you're hurting yourself by doing that, replaying everything over and over again, to the point of you kind of going crazy and feeling really stuck. Okay, so you've got to move out of that energy, that Nine of Swords energy. You've got to move out. You've got to be able to move forward, because I'm feeling like you're feeling stuck. Some of you might not be getting enough sleep at nighttime, so you really have to figure out like how you can fix that. Okay, because this is not helping you. It's not allowing you to see things for the way they are. Also, when you're so exhausted, you know, like a sleepy brain, you know, if you go to work or you go to school and you're too tired, you didn't get enough sleep, or you were out too late with your friends or whatever, your brain, you might as well not be there. Okay, is what the science says. And this is what I'm getting with you, this, you know, this anxiety, this fear, this depression, all of this stuff that you've got going on, all right, is really, really keeping you stuck in this place, all right, in a stuck place. The intentions that you guys need to set, this is Aquarius. I suggest some of you go back and check the Aquarius reading, okay, because the Aquarius reading, somebody was definitely dealing with a third-party situation or just a really heartbreaking situation, but a lesson that they really needed to go through so that then they could get their ultimate wish fulfillment. All right, so for some of you with this Aquarius card coming out, I'm just going to ask you guys to go back and check that reading. The Star card, this is awesome. This is healing. This is hope. This is regeneration. This is, you know, after the darkest of nights, which we just had on, you know, December 21st, you know, the light starts to come. Okay, and so just remember, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever this is, this Nine of Swords energy, you know, has been really intense. You might have been going through some painful things, and that's why you're really relying on your relationship with God or with Spirit or with Source or your angels to really show you some guidance and give you that intuition. Okay, just figure out where to go next. See, we've got two amazingly high intuitive cards here, Leo. Okay, the Star card, she's got this star radiating out above her head, and that's also her inner guidance. Okay, so the importance of using your intuition and using your inner guidance. I love that she's in the water here, because that's also in her emotions. She's kind of like letting everything go. She's letting the past go. She's releasing those past hurts, those past pains, all of those past disappointments. She's letting go of this Nine of Swords energy, this crazy, you know, nothing, you know, I can't make my way, I can't figure out what's going on, and I'm just torturing myself over and over and over again with negative thoughts and thinking the worst. And the Star card is like, you have to be committed to coming out of this, to, you know, committed to your journey, the inner light that you have, and using that as a guide, as guidance to figure out where to go next and what intentions to serve. I love this. What information do you need to help cultivate these intentions? First of all, I'm getting music. Okay, so really some of you, your spirit guides, your angels, your ancestors, your loved ones who have passed might be communicating with you through music. All right, so really pay attention to that. And also pay attention, meditate for the music of your soul. Figure out what makes your soul happy. What noise does your soul make? What song does your soul sing? That's going to be really, really important to clearing this Nine of Swords block. The Fool is all about starting over. It's all about going on a journey. Some of you might be going on a spiritual journey. It might be a literal journey, or it might be figurative. This journey could also be some of you taking a trip or a vacation during this holiday season. But I do see you kind of going somewhere warm after you've been somewhere kind of cold. All right, and I see this being really, really transformative for you. I feel like you're leaving technology behind. You're going to go back and find a more simpler life. So some of you might go camping or something like that, or have some sort of spiritual retreat, where nature is more involved and more important, where it's like sitting around that campfire, playing a guitar, not watching, Netflix or YouTube or whatever, that, even though I love YouTube and Netflix. But you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be taking you back to a more simpler life, to start over. Because I feel like, whatever this energy is, whatever here has been going on, I feel like it's been really unfair. It has you feeling quite exhausted, okay? And it's like you need to hit that reset button. All right, and yes, okay, so what positive energy is going to emerge during this phase? The Two of Pentacles, look at this. We've got butterflies here, the Fool. He's looking at his own transformation. He's starting out on a transformative journey. And then we've got these two people, and they form a whole. I love that because it's like those heart lockets, right? That we're going to transform together. This is you and your higher self. This is your ultimate transformation. This is you making a decision to balance and to start this journey, whatever it is, a new job, a new relationship, rejuvenating a relationship that you thought you couldn't, trying to find some peace in a relationship where you thought you couldn't. Okay, it doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be. It could also be trying to find that perfect balance between work and love, between love and your friends, between, family and your hobbies, or what have you. Okay, so it's all about you finding that perfect balance. All right, Leo, and that's really, really nice. There are some mental blocks, though, that you guys do need to clear, okay? And using your intuition at this time is so important. I mean, looking at the High Priestess and the Star cards right now is like, whoa, okay, this is some real serious, some of you might be tarot readers yourselves, or empaths, mystics, starseeds, okay? But it's time to start anew, time to start over. I think you've been going through something that was just unbalanced, unfair. It could be that you were in a relationship where you weren't getting what you were giving, okay? Or it could be something really like weirdly, bizarrely unfair happened to you, and you're trying to figure out why. All right, intuition. The High Priestess comes out again. All right, intuition, the importance of your intuition. It could also speak to the importance of this reading. Again, for some of you, you guys are empaths or other tarot readers out there. Okay, but right now, the importance of using your intuition is paramount. Okay, trust your instincts, trust your gut. Okay, trust when the hair on the back of your neck stands up. Whatever you guys have been thinking, whatever you guys were thinking like might be happening is most likely happening. Okay, so don't let anybody take you out of your intuitive game. All right, financial and material changes. Interesting. Yeah, okay. So definitely that's like the Five of Wands coming out, and that's like, it could be, there's like maybe a little bit of competition, there might be a little bit of frustration, but there's definitely some changes going on. And again, this might speak to just this journey. I feel like, Leo, you guys are simplifying. All right, you're kind of decluttering and simplifying your love life, your work life, your home life, whatever it might be. Some of you just might be cleaning out your car, and you might find something that you'd lost, all right, but that you'd been looking for. All right, some of you might have just lost your car keys too. All right, and Spirit's saying I think you heard them fall. All right, so you need to go back to that. You'll find them if you retrace your steps. Weird. Okay, weird little side message for someone there. All right, additional messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. All right, bring your ideas to life. Okay, so also for some of you, I did a really beautiful Yule ritual, like where we opened up a portal last night. I don't know if any of you guys follow the Sage Goddess on YouTube. She's fabulous. And she was talking about being in this black matter, opening up a portal, and that's where she has created some of her best works of art, her best, where she's written her books, and she's getting a lot of ideas. I'm really getting that. I'm getting like, use your intuition, some of you are going to be using magic, okay, to create and manifest, and you can do it. Spirit's saying you can do it right now. There's so many light codes coming out and portals opening on 111. Okay. We have 1/1 and 1/11, which are going to be important dates. And then especially with these eclipses, we've got eclipse in Capricorn, eclipse in Cancer. All right. So there's just like a lot of powerful energy kicking about. So this is the time, Leo, for you guys to create, but you have to imagine it first. Imagine it and create it, and be very careful with what you are creating. Okay, make sure you also have an anchor. For those of you who do crystal work, make sure, I think it's labradorite can anchor you into this world, especially if you guys are doing any sort of astral projecting and that sort of thing. So, whoops, let's go ahead and pull another message. I want to say Aries, but I know I'm talking to Leo. So some of you Leos might be dealing with an Aries. Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. Yeah, some of you guys are going on a spiritual journey, and it might kind of freak you out. All right, some of you might be doing astral projections and that sort of thing, and it might really, really be freaking you out, but don't worry. Let Spirit guide you. Again, you have 2 5s coming out. 32 breaks down to a 5. So remember, 5s are conflict, movement, and fluctuation. The Hawk Spirit is also getting the big picture. Okay, so let yourself fly. If you feel like this Fool, remember he's normally about to step off of a cliff. Okay, and when he does, when he finally has the courage to step off the cliff, that's the World card, and he's caught by the universe, and it's just this divine dance. That's the message from Spirit to you. Let Spirit be your guide. Take those risks, start anew, but also you guys who are working with magic and law of attraction and that sort of thing, use your intuition, but do make sure you've got a strong anchor. Okay, someone or something to anchor you, or somebody who's done what you're doing, okay, to help you along here. All right, so let's go ahead and pull additional message for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for new moon in Capricorn. Orphaned, number 5, that's the third 5 that's coming out. This is you feeling alone. Some of you might be feeling you might have lost a loved one. Again, your guide, some of you might be seeing that you have a departed loved one as your guide. Some of you are feeling really alone. You might have left a relationship that you needed to leave. But again, I'm getting for some of you that are doing magic work, it's really, really important that you are connected to your spirit guides. So if you do open any portals, this is a very specific message for some of my magic practitioners out there. Okay, make sure that you have an anchor, because Spirit doesn't want you to get lost. Okay, and also the importance of closing portals after you open them. This is going to be a very, very intense time. Capricorn is sort of more happy-go-lucky. Okay, but then when we have the full moon in Cancer, that's going to be extremely emotional. Okay, and that eclipse. All right, so some of you are going to be feeling really, really alone, feeling really abandoned, and Spirit's saying that's a fear that you guys have to face, and you need to move through it and move past it. Wow, but lots of 5s. That's conflict and change. All right, interesting. Either you've been through a lot, or you will be. Blame, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay, so really nice. Like, you can't blame everybody else for the situation that you are in. Remember, we all have agency over our own lives. That means we control, you know, what we are, where we want to be, whether you like it or not. Okay, and then we have grief, another 5 card. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Remember when I told you guys somebody lost their keys? Wow, really tapping into some sort of loss here. Some of you might have lost a pet. Some of you might have lost a parent or a partner. Okay, someone who is sort of crossed over, all right? And I feel like that's something that you feel like is really unfair. You might have also lost a relationship. Okay, something, you know, somebody might have abruptly left you. But for a lot of you, this is going to be death. A lot of you are also trying to contact that person. All right, and I get that some of you are trying to work with necromancy and that sort of thing. And, you know, Spirit is saying here, be very, very careful. Make sure you have somebody who has done it before with you and that you have a very good anchor to this world. Okay, that's just going to be for some of you who are doing that. Okay, the rest of you, I think you're feeling very sad, or you're remembering, you might have lost your parents, but something might be triggering you, okay, with this loss of this person. Something, it might be the holidays that are triggering you and making you feel kind of depressed and feel like you got the short end of the stick, or how could they leave you now, or like this. That rooster's saying, yep, yes ma'am. All right, Rhiannon. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. I'm definitely speaking to somebody here who practices magic. It could also just be another tarot reader, somebody who does scrying. That just keeps coming up over and over again. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that directly speak to the use of magic, to manifestation, to working with the law of attraction. But some of you are really in a space of grief. Okay, and Spirit does want you to be careful with that, with this 9 of Swords energy too. Like, really make sure that you're clear, okay, on what it is you want, what's for your highest good, because you're about to take some sort of crazy journey, and it's going to rebirth who you are, okay? And it's going to bring about, you know, it's going to bring about peace. It's going to bring about balance to your life, but you do have to go about it the right way, okay? What an interesting reading. I'm going to leave it there for you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. Remember that I love you. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you want to get updates. And I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful new moon in Capricorn.